Hey everyone, fire up, it's Friday. I cannot wait to share with you the thought that I've got today. And speaking of thoughts, have you ever heard of Earl Nightingale? A gentleman who summarised a lot of great thinkers of the world back in the day. This is probably about 30 or 40 years ago. And he came up with a 6-word phrase that we become what we think about. I want to cut straight to the chase that what do you think about most of the time? What are you thinking about now? What did you think about this morning when you first woke up? And what are you going to be thinking about tonight when you go to sleep? Because if those things aren't constructive, aren't encouraging, and they aren't positive in your life, then you've got to ask yourself the question, what are you attracting into your life? Now, whether you're doing this deliberately or whether it's just something that you don't control your thoughts, they just happen, my challenge to you is take control of those thoughts and just see what happens. For the next 24 hours, control what you think about. When you see something that's good, feel happy. And deliberately feel happy and know that you're feeling happy and enjoy that moment. And when you hear something that's kind of negative, bigger war in the world, lack of this, lack of that, supply of water's about to run out, the River Murray in Adelaide's going to dry up. Let's just be realistic about these things. I want you to be in control of your thoughts because what you put out there is going to come back to you. You would have heard that phrase, you bring about what you think about, right? It's the exact same thing. We become what we think about. If those thoughts that are in your mind now, positive or negative, you're putting out a vibe to the universe, and that is going to respond in kind with the vibration of your thoughts. If they're negative, and you think you're going to get stuck in traffic, and you're never going to get that park right at the front of the supermarket, well, guess what? You're going to go to the back of the supermarket. You're probably going to take the slowest lane in traffic because that's what you're thinking about. And I know those people out there that always get the house park. I'm one of those people because I always think, man, everyone else is going for the parks at the back because they never even think there's going to be a park available at the front. And it's just a prime example of if you actually think that you're going to get a park at the front, what are you more than likely going to do? You're at least going to go and check. Now, this isn't as consistent as gravity, although in some cases it can be, because I've missed out on house parks as well. But my point is, if I was always thinking I'm never going to get one, I never would get one. But if I think about I'm probably going to get a house park all the time, then most of the time, or some of the time at least, I'm probably going to get a house park. And I don't have to walk as far. And considering I'm on a fitness kick, how ridiculous is that? I should be parking at the back to get that step count up every day. But one other thing I wanted to share with you was straight from my father's guidebook of life. And when I was learning to drive, he says, son, if you ever go too fast around a corner and you're out of control, don't aim for the tree, aim for the space next to the tree. And right there epitomizes what I'm trying to tell you about today, which is don't even think about the words, don't look at the tree. By just focusing on the gap next to the tree, you're not even worried about the tree anymore. You're worried about the gap. You're focused on the gap. And hopefully that when you're trying to get the car back in control or your life back in control, you're going to be heading towards the destination that you want rather than what you don't want. And here's the biggest tip I can give you. Whenever you hear yourself saying, well, I don't want this or I don't want that, ask yourself, so what do I want? And have a great Friday! Woo!